The ABC News debate in Iowa, where there were some fierce exchanges among the Republicans who would be president, and perhaps even a defining moment. GMA co-anchor George Stephanopoulos was right in the thick of it, moderating the debate alongside Diane Sawyer. And George joins us now from the site of the showdown there in Des Moines. George, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan. You know, just 24 days, now 23 days to go into those Iowa caucuses. So we were ready for the candidates to come in and really go at it, and they did. Boy, there was no holding back last night at all. You saw Newt Gingrich take a lot of fire from just about everyone on the stage. He weathered it pretty well. You saw Michelle Bachmann and Rick Santorum try to get back into this debate, and they had strong performances as well. That defining moment for Mitt Romney, the bet is already going crazy on Twitter. We'll see how it holds up over time. But all of these attacks we knew were signaled going in. And that's why I want to bring in John Berman. But they were a little bit reverse, John, weren't they? All the signals coming in to this debate were that Newt Gingrich was going to be the statesman, parry these attacks, and that it was going to be Mitt Romney on offense.
George, I thought this was genuinely surprising. All week, the big question was, how far would Mitt Romney go? Would Mitt Romney attack Newt Gingrich? Would Mitt Romney mix it up? But the stunning thing that happened was Newt Gingrich did it first.
2% unemployment starts very simply.
Newt Gingrich promised he would stay above the fray, but during this bruising debate, he didn't stay above the fray, he made the fray. On Mitt Romney's claim he's not a career politician.
The only reason you didn't become a career politician is you lost to Teddy Kennedy in 1994.
Well, now wait a second.
It was a blistering start, and if Newt made a charge, Mitt Romney made a bet that might have been the debate's most remarkable moment, in a heated exchange with Rick Perry over health care.
But I read your first book, and it said in there that your mandate in Massachusetts, which should be the model for the country. And I know it came out of the reprint of the book, but, you know, I'm just saying, you were for individual mandates, my friend.
I'll tell you what, 10,000 bucks? $10,000 bet?
I'm not in the betting business, but
okay.
Perry did seem to misquote Romney's book, but that $10,000 bet from a multimillionaire? Twitter nearly exploded. Thousands of tweets. It's 3 months' pay for the average American. And while Gingrich and Romney were joined together on stage, Michelle Bachmann joined them in name.
If you look at Newt Romney, they were for the illegal immigration problem. And if you look at Newt Romney, they were for the $700 billion bailout. And you just heard Newt Romney is also with Obama on the issue of the payroll extensions.
On the issue of the Middle East, Newt Gingrich defended his claim that the Palestinians are an invented people.
It's fundamentally time for somebody to have the guts to stand up and say, enough lying about the Middle East.
Romney's response?
We're going to tell the truth, but we're not going to throw incendiary words into a place which is a boiling pot.
There was a palpable moment of tension about the issue of marital infidelity. Remember, Gingrich has been married 3 times.
if you will cheat on your spouse, then why wouldn't you cheat on your business partner?
Newt's response?
I think people have to look at the person to whom they're going to loan the presidency. And they have the right to ask every single question.
Gingrich fended off that barb and most others that came his way, flashing winks, shrugs, and head shakes, and a smile worth more than $10,000.
Now, overnight, the Romney team was spinning that $10,000 bet by saying, it's the kind of thing you say around the dinner table. I bet you're wrong. I bet you $1 million you're wrong. The problem is, with everyone talking about it so much this morning, it is tough for them. And I did hear from some key Romney supporters overnight, George, and they're concerned.
It sounds like we're going to have a joke coming from Mitt Romney to diffuse that one. Okay, John Berman, thanks very much.
I'm so curious. Very few people have as sharp a political mind as you do, so I really want to hear. Do you think there was a clear winner last night, and did this debate change the game in a significant way?
I think it was an important debate for this reason. You know, this was the first debate last night where Newt Gingrich was coming in as the unparalleled front runner, and the first debate where Mitt Romney actually had to do something to stop the momentum of Gingrich. And although I think setting aside that $10,000 bet, I think Romney had a decent night, but Newt didn't do anything at all. But he didn't do anything at all that would stop, I think, Speaker Gingrich's momentum going into last night. The Speaker parried all the attacks. He kept that smile on his face. There had been so many questions about his temperament. Would he blow at some point? That didn't happen as well. And I thought the Speaker actually really helped himself when he answered that question about his personal life and his marriages, and really made it a tale of redemption. I do think that it was a good night for the so-called second-tier candidates, especially probably Michelle Bachmann, who I think found her way back into this race by tying together Romney and Gingrich. And one of the things you certainly saw in the hall last night is that Ron Paul has a solid base of support in Iowa and in these Republican primaries and caucuses, and he probably got as many applause lines as anyone else last night. But if coming into this debate last night, Newt Gingrich was a front runner and on the rise, he may not still be rising, but he is still clearly the front runner after last night. He handled that very, very well, and you're going to have a whole bunch of people now scrambling to see if there's something else they can do in these final now 3 weeks before the Iowa caucuses to slow him down, put a stop to that momentum.